Hello everyone, this is Mohan. I'm a DevOps engineer. First of all, I would like to thank GKE team for sponsoring this hackathon. As part of this hackathon, I built FraudGuard application, which is an fraud transaction detection system for the Bank of Anthos without changing the bank app. Fraud checks are often slow or black box. FraudGuard watches new payments, scores the analysis, explains risk behind each transaction, and it takes a safe action like notify user or temporary hold. In this demo, I will send a payment in the Bank of Anthos and show how FraudGuard flags it with a clear reason. I'm logging into the Bank of Anthos. Here I will add a new payee and send $1,200. Also, I will send $7,000 to an existing payee. I made two transactions. Let me log in into the FraudGuard system. Here you need to enter username and password as admin. See, our new transactions are flagged by the FraudGuard application with a clear explanation. Here are the rows, the score is high, and you can clearly see the analysis. It explains why it's high risk, and the amount $1,200 to a new recipient is exceeded with the rule that we set $999. And you can click on the notify button if you want to make any action, but notify button needs to be enhanced. This complete application is deployed on GKE. I already authenticated to Gcloud and GKE. Here are the running pods. All these services are deployed using Helm charts and used GitHub Actions for the deployment, and this infrastructure is built using the Terraform. Here the rules are simple to tune and variabilized using the Helm chart. For example, over amount can be changed using this variable, and the deviation amount is set to 9x. You can change it if you want. I want to explain the repo structure to understand it clearly. This application has a readme file and technical.md. Readme.md for each of the service in their respective directory. This technical.md contains all the components I used in this project and how I used them. Why this application is different? This is the API only application, and I didn't change anything on the Bank of Anthos, and I added an explainable layer and a single place to decide actions. So it's easy to audit and easy to roll out any new actions. I hosted this application in GKE, and you can view and try this application using the URLs in the README file of the GitHub repository. Once again, thank you for giving this opportunity.